Hey everyone, this is going to be my Week 14 predictions video and who I think is going to win the MVP race this year. My predictions are going to be in the description like they are every week. I went 7-8-1, actually 7-7-1 against the spread and 7-8 straight up, so not a great week last week. But I'm going to go over 2 games this week and I'm going to tell you why I think Cam Newton shouldn't be the MVP, but I think he will win the MVP. So let's just start out with the Arizona Cardinals versus the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going to take the Minnesota Vikings plus 8.5. It's going to be a close game. I think they're going to show they are a good team. Adrian Peterson is going to get the yards he has to because he's going to get the amount of carries they have to. And I think the defense is going to be able to hold them. But I think that the Arizona Cardinals and Carson Palmer and Larry Fitzgerald are going to be able to do very well through the air, and they're going to win this game. It's going to be a close game. The Cardinals are going to show that they should be rated the top in FPI on ESPN, which they are. But I think they're going to show why they are, and they're going to win this game with a score of 23-20. So you take the Minnesota Vikings plus 8.5, but you take the Arizona Cardinals to win this game straight up. And then you got the Jets versus the Titans. You take the Jets minus 7.5. The defense is going to be able to control Marcus Mariota. Mariota really can't throw the ball that well this year. He actually is having a very good year, but against the defense of the caliber of the Jets, he's not going to be able to run because the Jets have the best running defense in the league, or top 2. And passing is the only way you can go. And with a rookie quarterback who's going to get a lot of pressure on him, he's not going to be able to handle it. You take the Jets, minus the 7.5. They're going to win about 30-14, in my opinion, like 24-14. So I think that Cam Newton should not win the MVP race. I think Carson Palmer has better numbers this year. They are a 10-2 team. They've had a harder schedule. They've played the Bengals. They're going to play the Minnesota Vikings. They have to play the Seahawks twice. They've already beaten them once, and they're going to beat them again probably at the end of the season, where the Seahawks are pretty much the best team in the NFL the last 2-3 games. And I think that just Carson Palmer is a better choice. I think Russell Wilson is even a great choice, even though they do not have the record, so he's definitely not going to win. But he has had a great year this year. He is top 5 in QB rating, and Carson Palmer is like top 10 or top 5 in QB rating. And they're both top 10 in passing yards. And Carson Palmer is gotten better with age, and when he's gotten healthier, he's played really well, and he's been healthy all year. If he stays healthy, see how good the Cardinals can be, even with the same personnel as the last few years. And Cam Newton is like 16th in QB rating. He's 28th in passing yards. He's almost in the top 10 of most interceptions this year. The only time he's in the top 5 is in rushing yards and rushing TDs as a quarterback. And you got to be in like the top 10 or top 5 of other statistics. Really, the top 5 of other statistics if you're really being the most valuable player for your team. And that defense is my most valuable player for the Carolina Panthers. That's why I can't even pick Cam Newton as my MVP. But if they go 16-0, he does deserve it. If they don't, I don't think he deserves it. I think you give it to Carson Palmer or Andy Dalton or definitely Tom Brady. The way they've been, if he starts winning again, Tom Brady has had such a ridiculous season when it comes to injuries. Or you give it to Russell Wilson, or you give it to Adrian Peterson if they start winning more. I mean, there are other options than just Cam Newton, unless Cam Newton goes undefeated. That's just my opinion. Hope you enjoyed this video. Comment and subscribe below.